In this episode,
I remember I was super sensitive boy actually. It was so easily to make me cry. My parents, they all have weight problems. And she was there and she said, how can somebody be that fat at such age? It's the best way probably to throw the revenge. Actually to start working on yourself and showing who you actually can become the best version of yourself.
How long did it take you to lose weight in general?
Think about maybe 6 or 9 months.
High cortisol can lead to exactly what you said, this belly fat.
Back in that time, I wasn't really looking for a person, but just being in the state of relationship.
Hello, friends. I hope you have a lovely day and you have enjoyed listening to our previous episodes. And today we have a great chance to talk to Dmytro. Dmytro, how are you doing?
I'm doing amazing. I'm super excited, guys. Yeah, once again, welcome to another episode of Wellness and Chaos. And we again super excited to talk about another topic that Maria will present to you. But I'm doing just great.
Cool. I'm super happy to hear that. Yeah, you have told me that you had your morning walk in the forest to get some energy boost. That's awesome. And our today's topic is Dmitro's story, how he lost 20 kilos, his bullying experience because of his weight, and his relations with his parents that affected to gain weight. Am I right?
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, I don't want to blame my parents, but uh, they were a part of my weight gain journey.
Could you tell me, please, Dmitro, about your childhood? Where did you grow up?
So yeah, I was growing up in a small village on the west of Ukraine. It's super small. It's like 1.5K citizens only. I was living there till my 17th, and yeah, this village was it's nice. There's many landscapes, forests, but there was nothing much to do there. So I think it's a typical village in Ukraine, with nothing much to do, as I said. But yeah, it's just nice to spend some time there with family.
And at what moment of your time did you realize that you were overweight? Did it happen when you were living in this small town, small village, right?
Yes, yes. So as far as I remember, when I was in my fifth grade, I started gradually to gain weight. And yeah, I could notice it. I saw that m- my weight differs from other people weight in my class, because I was the only one guy who had a weight problem, and I couldn't figure out why. Just because I have no idea that it can be related to what I eat, what kind of lifestyle I have. I just have had no idea. I was so ignorant about my body and my habits. But I think the start of this issue was at around fifth grade.
And what was the reaction of your classmates? Did they tell you anything or just acquaintance, not from your school or family members?
No, no, I don't remember anything like this. But well, I had friends and I had a good time hanging out with my friends. And they never told me that I had some issue with weight. But of course, there was some people in school that bullied me, maybe from other classes. Uh, I could hear some words like "you fat" and similar in my direction. and yeah, it was quite insulting. But I just didn't understand. Like, okay, I understood that they were quite mean, but I didn't do anything about it. I didn't start thinking, okay, they call me like fat for a reason, right? Maybe I should start doing something, like trying to think how I can lose weight, right? But I wasn't doing anything.
Absolutely anything. So you weren't angry on them or sad or depressed, or you didn't want to share the situation to your parents.
Yeah, I felt insulted. I felt sad. Sometimes I felt angry, and maybe it was even. I remember I was super sensitive boy. Actually, it was so easily to make me cry, and it was just funny because I realized it because when I had like some disputes, and I understood that okay, I'm in this dispute with another guy, and I understand that my tears coming up, and I don't understand why because I couldn't control it.
Yeah,
So yeah,
but crying is normal.
yeah, normal. It's normal, yeah, but at that time, uh, it wasn't considered as normal, especially for boys.
Toxic
In
masculinity.
my environment, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And what was the reaction of your parents about your weight, or did they struggle with this problem?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So my parents, they all have weight problems, and my grandparents and my grandparents, they all have, as far as I remember, they all have weight management problem. Uh, and I think it's partly genes that I also have this problem, but also the habits, lifestyles that my parents have, and it's also quite a solid reason. But they never told me that I was overweight. They had some problem with weight because they also had this problem, and maybe they just took it for granted and just considered it to be normal in our family environment.
And in what age did you decide it's a time to change something with my body, maybe with habits, with nutrition? Was it at the time when you were living with parents?
At that time, I didn't really care about changing something when I was living in that village with my parents, because I don't know, I wasn't curious enough about food, nutrition, sport. I was doing some exercises, some pull-ups, but it was that. And when I got separated from my parents and moved to Kiev, which is way bigger city, it's capital, and I got into another environment. And at around probably after 2 years being there, I started being curious about my habits, my relationship with food, because I was in surrounding with people who are also trying to be active, doing some sport, had some friends. But at that moment, I decided, okay, I need to try something. But yeah, there was some, how it's called, crushing moment, but maybe like moments that change in your life. I remember there was a teacher in our university. I hated her, and probably she hated me as well, and I don't know why. I remember one day, I decided I needed to go to the teacher's room and take the class book, and she was there. And she said, "How can somebody be that fat at such age?" And it was in front of other people there. There were some of my classmates, some other teachers, and she said it. It's super unprofessional, I know, but she said it, and I was like, "Shit! Did I just hear what she really said?" I was like, "What the fuck?" And I guess after this, yeah, it was quite a strong push like mental push for me that to start taking care of myself, because like after this you have like such a strong feeling of revenge, and the best way probably to throw the revenge actually to start working on yourself and showing who you actually can become, the best version of yourself.
Do you still think sometimes about that teacher
Yeah.
that actually you did a great job? You did that revenge.
Well, I still think of it. Probably like first year of thinking of her, what was like, fuck you. But now I think, okay, I'm grateful, because probably if she wouldn't say that, maybe I wouldn't be who I am right now, and I can only feel gratitude for this experience, because she was super unprofessional. I remember like I also had problems with speech in my childhood, and few first year in university, I used to stutter a lot. And I remember I was reading something in university from a book, and I was stuttering a little bit, and she started to copy my stutter in front of the whole class. It was so
I'm
humiliating.
I'm surprised that this kind of teacher, professor was allowed to work after everything. And I'm sure that you were not the only one person who suffered from her.
I don't know. Maybe I was just. I still think that at some point I said something wrong to her, or she took it wrong way.
And I would like to ask you again back regarding your parents. Do you respect them for their choices? For example, in lifestyle, what is your relation right now with them?
My relationship with my parents are super good. I love them a lot, and we always had a good relationship, good connections. Uh, Asking your question, do I respect them for this? It's hard to answer, because parents always want better for their kids, and my parents wanted better for me and my sister. They wanted us to be well fed, to have a good food on the table and stuff like this. So they just wanted to us better, but they didn't understand that it can hurt us, because the way they were brought up, it's also affected. Because
Absolutely.
yeah, because they knew what they were taught from their parents, and they think of it the right way. They think that overeating, eating more on holidays, having like a huge feast is a good thing. It's like uh, one of the enjoyments of life. And right now, my father and my mom, they are overweight, especially my father. He's shorter than me, probably like uh, once 170 centimeters, and his weight is, I guess, over 115, or even close to 100. So yeah, but I can't blame them for this. I can't blame them for this ignorance, because they were just living in the environment that it didn't allow them to actually become more educated on these things.
They were living in the surviving mode. I had absolutely the same. I think everyone felt that from parents, grandparents who were influenced by the wars, Soviet, and who were trying just to give the best food as much as possible that their kids or grandkids are not starving.
Yeah, exactly. And you get me think about another point. I remember my father was telling me about his like young age when they just had me and I was a baby, and my parents was struggling even to buy a soap because there was so shortage of resources, financial resources. They even struggled to buy soap to do some laundry, and yeah, probably there was also shortage of food in some way. And imagine like right now when they have like abundance of everything, it's just easy to get into this trap of over consuming.
Yeah, true. We were born at the same year, as I remember, and my mom shared absolutely same stories because it was the first years when Ukraine became independent and there was nothing, literally nothing, when there was new country and people were trying to get something for food, to wear, minimal resources.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go back to your story of losing weight. What
Hmm.
did you try on your journey?
Well, what did I try? So first of all, what I tried, I, I learned a thing or two about food, nutrition, how it works. So I just started from reducing the amount of food I ate, and especially sugary food, pastry, and junk food, super fried food, oily food, greasy food. And that's what helped me actually to start seeing results. Also, in combination with quite intense cardio, I was doing jumping ropes. I was jumping quite a lot. Probably I wouldn't recommend someone who is struggling with severe obesity to start from this jumping and run because it's a huge pressure on your legs or on your knees. Because I remember like I was jumping like every day, and at some point I felt such a strong pain in my legs, and I even thought about going to doctor with this pain because I couldn't understand what the hell is going on. I couldn't even normally walk. But after I understood that it's kind of, I would say, transitioning way to actually get over it and adapt to such a physical pressure from jumping. So yeah, I would point out nutrition, getting rid of pastry, sugary food, junk food, and yeah, doing some resistance training and maybe some cardio like bicycling or just walking. Just walk a lot.
So exactly these steps help you to lose 20 kilos.
Yeah, I remember like one summer. It was um, it was my third year of university, and I went for holiday to my village and spent there the whole summer. And I was just so like obsessed about jumping on rope. I was jumping like every day. I was remember like I was sweating like crazy. My parents was like, "What are you doing to yourself? Don't torture yourself. Don't do this. Look at you. Look at your t-shirt. It's like super wet. Come on, stop it." And I was just ignoring them because I understood that it was enough. It was enough of bad advice.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, but that summer was just probably life changing for me.
Because of the situation that you are doing sports and your parents were trying to stop you, or something else happened?
No, just because I changed a lot. I looked different at the end of the summer because I was doing all this cardio. I was paying attention to my food, what I eat. I was checking my weight like every day. I was putting myself on scale, and I was just so excited to see how the number go down.
Did you become obsessed with your weight. Obsessed in a negative form.
Maybe sometimes, yeah. I think I become my mindset with food like completely changed. If I would eat, let's say, chips right now, or some or Snickers or Kit Kat, I would feel strong feeling of regret, and I would blame myself probably.
Still,
But I have no desire to eat this shit anymore, so I don't do it.
but if you eat something right now, for example, you're traveling, trying some pastries, sweets in other countries, and then you feel regret that you tried them.
No. Last summer, yeah, actually this summer I was traveling for 5 weeks, and I was in Italy, and of course, like Italy has some amazing variety of pastries, like pizza, and of course I wanted to try something. And sometimes, like yeah, I tried. I didn't feel feeling of regret because I knew that I walk a lot. I enjoy my time there, and I just wanted to allow myself this kind of uh, guilty pleasures. So right now it's fine.
How long did it take you to lose weight in general?
In general, I think about maybe 6 or 9 months.
Wow, it's fast.
Yeah, but as I said, I was doing a lot of cardio, and yeah, it was in that year when I started to actually make a change in my life. And after this, I was just maintaining my weight. I wasn't in a super good physique. Like I was just relatively lean, but I still had some body fat on my belly. It's quite problematic part because for men, uh, it's the hardest part where to lose weight, your belly. This fat goes like less. So I was in this state for a very long time, like probably till now, yeah. But after like maybe um, 3, 4, or even 5 years ago, I was doing some basic resistance training like street workout, push-ups, pull-ups, dips, squats, just basic exercises. I didn't go to the gym.
This belly fat is a problematic zone not only for
Yeah,
men, but for women too. And it's usually associated with cortisol, with because high cortisol can lead to exactly what you said, this belly fat as a consequence, as a result.
yeah.
Have you heard about this?
I didn't heard about it, but I always assumed that okay, the reason why I have this fat because I was accumulating this fat like my whole childhood till probably 19. And yeah, it's actually makes sense why I have this fat, right? Because I was accumulating it my whole childhood, and that's why I have it. And it can't go easily.
And are you scared right now to gain weight?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not scared, but I just don't want to.
It's
I've
different.
Yeah, I've been there. I've been there. I know how it felt like, and I don't want like right now. I feel amazing. I feel like a lot of energy, and it makes me feel happy.
Yeah, and did all your weight journey affect your self-acceptance in general?
Oh yeah, I think so. Yeah. Oh, I think in my childhood, when I was overweight, I wasn't that confident. I wasn't confident because of many reasons. Like first one is being overweight, and also this thing with stuttering, with a speech problem. it made me feel uncomfortable in to speak with people like strangers, and that's resulted in a very pathetic self-esteem. So right now I think I've changed a lot. And when you see how your body is changing over time, it makes you feel so good, and of course it boosts your self-esteem as well, because you understand that you're becoming the best version of yourself, and you appreciate it. You start to love yourself.
What is the moment that you are proud the most on your weight, or not only weight, transformation journey?
Wow, that's a good question. I think there is no like a moment, like one day or 1 week that I'm proud the most. Like it probably it's a whole journey that led me to where I am right now. Just doing what I've been doing for all these years, like exercising, eating the right food, and trying to improve myself. Even learning English. So many people take like knowing English for granted, but for me, I always had this motivation to speak English, like with people who understand Ukrainian. I was just taking any opportunities to speak English, and probably uh, all this kind of mindset makes me feel proud of myself.
Yeah, definitely. You have no borders in your mind, and mm, you're you're not a shy person to show who you are, right?
Well, right now I wouldn't say I'm shy person. I used to be, but right now I care less what other people think.
And talking about shyness, how was your relation, dating experience back to those times when you were or struggling with your weight or on your weight journey? How did you feel about dating?
Dating. Yeah, at that time I wanted to date someone. Of course, I wanted to date someone because many friends, many people who surrounded me were they were in relationship, and when you think about your surrounding, it affects you a lot. Your surrounding, and you want the same. You want to also be in relationship. You also want to spend time with someone, hang out with someone, go to a movie, or just have fun. And back in that time, I wasn't really looking for a person, but just being in the state of relationship. And I tried some dating apps. I had some experience. Like my first relationship was like maybe 5 or 6 months long. But it wasn't the best experience. But I'm just grateful for that, what I had in my life. But yeah, like when I was overweight. I thought about relationship, but I wasn't really focusing on it that much.
You said that you wanted to have relationship because everyone had. Were you afraid to be lonely?
Yeah, yeah, I was afraid to be lonely. I mean, if you think this feeling of loneliness is quite painful, and if you think of right now, like more and more people are getting lonely, and this kind of epidemic of loneliness is becoming quite a huge problem. And I often felt lonely, actually. I often felt lonely, and that's why I wanted to be with someone.
Did it help? Because it's so easy to be lonely even being with someone.
Huh. I think in my first relationship, it helped. It helped partly. It partly helped, but after I just came to a conclusion that it seems like those relationships don't go anywhere. doesn't go anywhere, and I decided to change something.
In the next episode, Dmytro shares how his weight struggles have affected his dating experience. He answers if he would date an overweight woman, and I share my experience with orthorexia, an eating disorder associated with extreme healthy eating. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on our latest videos. We are grateful for your support.